Napoleon Bonaparte, the rise and fall of a military genius. Introduction. Napoleon Bonaparte, a name that evokes both admiration and controversy, remains one of the most iconic figures in world history. Born on August 15, 1769, in Corsica, a French-occupied island in the Mediterranean, Napoleon would rise from humble beginnings to become a military genius and one of the most influential figures of the 19th century. This biography will explore the life, career, and legacy of Napoleon, from his early years in Corsica to his meteoric rise to power in France, his military campaigns, and ultimately his dramatic downfall. Early life and education. Napoleon Bonaparte was born to Carlo Buonaparte and Letizia Ramolino, both of Italian descent. His family was not particularly wealthy, but they were of minor Corsican nobility, which allowed Napoleon access to a rudimentary education. At the age of 9, he was sent to mainland France to attend school, where he adopted the French version of his name, Napoleon, and began to assimilate into French culture. Napoleon's education was primarily focused on military studies, as he attended the Royal Military School in Brienne-le-Château. Despite being far from his family and facing language barriers, Napoleon quickly excelled in his studies. He was particularly interested in mathematics and history, subjects that would later prove invaluable in his military career. The French Revolution. The late 18th century was a period of turmoil in France, marked by the French Revolution. In 1789, when Napoleon was just 20 years old, the revolution erupted, leading to the overthrow of the monarchy and the rise of radical political factions. Napoleon, now a young officer, found himself on the cusp of a rapidly changing society. Napoleon's loyalty to the revolutionary government would prove instrumental to his early career. He distinguished himself in several campaigns during the Revolutionary Wars, showcasing his military acumen and leadership abilities. His first major success came in 1793, when he recaptured the port of Toulon from British forces, earning him recognition and promotion. The Directory and rise to power. As the French Revolution went through various phases and factions vied for control, Napoleon's career continued to ascend. In 1799, a coup d'etat led by Napoleon and his allies toppled the Directory, the ruling government of France. This event marked the end of the French Revolution and the beginning of a new era known as the Consulate. Napoleon was appointed first consul, effectively making him the ruler of France. While he shared power with two other consuls, his influence was paramount. During this period, he initiated a series of reforms that aimed to stabilize the country after years of revolution. These reforms included the Napoleonic Code, a legal system that established equality before the law, protected property rights, and promoted secularism. The Napoleonic Code had a profound and lasting impact not only on France, but on many countries around the world. It served as a model for legal systems in Europe and beyond, emphasizing the principles of individual rights and legal equality. Military campaigns and conquests. Napoleon's true genius, however, lay in his military prowess. Over the next decade, he embarked on a series of military campaigns that expanded the French Empire to its zenith. His conquests were marked by audacious strategy, lightning-fast movements, and a deep understanding of military logistics. One of his most famous campaigns was the Italian campaign of 1796 to 1797. Leading a relatively small army, Napoleon defeated larger Austrian and Sardinian forces in a series of battles, including the Battle of Lodi and the Battle of Arcole. These victories earned him the nickname the Little Corporal and made him a national hero in France. Napoleon's military successes continued as he ventured into Egypt in 1798. Although his campaign in Egypt ultimately ended in failure, it showcased his ability to adapt to challenging environments and his interest in science and culture. During this time, the Rosetta Stone was discovered, which would later prove crucial in deciphering hieroglyphics. The crowning achievement of Napoleon's military career was the series of victories known as the Napoleonic Wars, which lasted from 1803 to 1815. His armies triumphed in battles such as Austerlitz, 1805, Jena, Auerstedt, 1806, and Wagram, 1809. These victories expanded the French Empire to its greatest territorial extent, encompassing large parts of Europe. The Peninsular War, 1808 1808 to 1814 and the invasion of Russia 1812 proved to be significant setbacks for Napoleon. The harsh Russian winter and the stubborn resistance of the Spanish and Portuguese people eroded his forces and weakened his hold on Europe. In 1814, after a series of defeats and increasing pressure from European coalitions, Napoleon was forced to abdicate as Emperor of the French. Exile and return. Napoleon was exiled to the island of Elba, where he lived in relative comfort but remained restless. In 1815, he managed to escape from Elba and return to France for a brief period known as the 100 Days. During this time, he retook power and attempted to re-establish his rule. The Battle of Waterloo in June 1815 marked the end of Napoleon's reign and his military career. Defeated by the combined forces of the Seventh Coalition, led by the Duke of Wellington and the Prussian Field Marshal Blücher, Napoleon was captured and exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. Exile and death. Napoleon's time on St. Helena was marked by isolation and confinement. He spent his days dictating his memoirs, reflecting on his life and career, and engaging in intellectual pursuits. He died on May 5, 1821, at the age of 51, officially from stomach cancer, though conspiracy theories about his death abound. Legacy. Napoleon Bonaparte's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He left an indelible mark on France and the world, both for his accomplishments and his controversial actions. Here are some key aspects of his legacy. Military genius. Napoleon is often regarded as one of the greatest military strategists in history. His innovative tactics, such as the use of massed artillery and rapid troop movements, revolutionized warfare and had a lasting impact on military theory. Napoleonic Code. Napoleon's legal reforms, particularly the Napoleonic Code, remain influential and are considered a cornerstone of modern legal systems. These reforms promoted legal equality, individual rights, and secularism. Empire building. Napoleon's conquests reshaped the map of Europe and led to the spread of French culture, language, and legal systems across the continent. His empire-building efforts left a profound and lasting impact on European politics and boundaries. Centralized administration. He introduced centralized administration and efficient bureaucracy, which improved governance in the territories under his control. Many of these administrative reforms endured beyond his rule. Cultural legacy. Napoleon's patronage of the arts and sciences contributed to a flowering of culture known as the Napoleonic era. He supported artists, scholars, and scientists, leaving a cultural legacy that extended beyond his military conquests. Controversy and consequences. Napoleon's ambitions and military campaigns resulted in immense suffering, loss of life, and the disruption of European nations. His legacy is also marked by controversy, including debates about his authoritarian rule and the impact of his actions on the balance of power in Europe. Enduring fascination. Napoleon continues to captivate historians, scholars, and the public. His life and career have been the subject of numerous books, films, and academic studies reflecting his enduring fascination. Conclusion. Napoleon Bonaparte's life and career are a testament to the power of ambition, intellect, and determination. From his modest beginnings in Corsica to his meteoric rise to power in France, he left an indelible mark on history. His military genius, legal reforms, and cultural contributions continue to shape the world today. However, the consequences of his ambition and the suffering caused by his wars also serve as a cautionary tale. Napoleon remains a complex and enduring figure, a symbol of both extraordinary achievement and the perils of unchecked ambition in the annals of history.